I'm still up. I'm still up. Hello, everyone. I feel like I have the sun on each side of me. Some interesting topics today, once we all get in. Crank up. First person here will be Apocalypse. Ralph. It's Darla! Hey, Jimmy Meeks. Hello. Wow, everyone at the same time. Len Peterson, hello. New Zealand. Wow, guys. Thanks a lot from down way up there, coming all the way down here. Salut, man. André, ça va? Hello, Kirolal. Hello, thanks for being here. Moi, Momo, rebonsoir. Merci encore une fois. Dabs. Peace, my man. Out of the mud, mini bikes. Hey, how's it going? That'd be cool to do right now. I'd dig for some mini bikes. How's it going, man? Hello, Bruce and community. Thanks, Harmon699, for being ever so polite to the community and for being such a cool person to come and see my vids, guys. Thanks a lot. Have some interesting, cool topics today. We'll have a little fun today. Hi, Bruce from USA. Armis Black, thanks a lot. Hey, Harry, the big hair from Lute, Florida. How's it going? How's the weather down there in Lute, Florida? William Bond. William Bond. Love the name. Hello, William. Thanks for being here. Good evening, Bruce and everybody else. Roger Cunningham. Thanks, Roger. Bruce, the moon is out now. Hope it lasts. I really hope it lasts too. And if I don't get it tonight, I'll get it tomorrow. But I will be out tonight definitely trying to get it. Hey, we need some new footage. Definitely need some new footage. We'll be talking a lot about... Hey, Jim. Hi, Bruce from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Thanks a lot, man. Hello, Wisconsin. I get people from Wisconsin come on once in a while. Arizona all the time watching. JR, Arizona Patriot. Thanks, man. How's it going? Hello from Quebec. Hot in Forsyth, GA. Yes, well, here it's been freezing. It's like the winter has arrived, or spring, not spring, fall, Bruce. It's like fall, definitely fall weather here. It's going to start getting humid in a couple of days because the moon is back out, of course. Salut de l'Abitibi, ça, c'est vraiment cool. Merci le Québec. L'Abitibi, c'est au Québec. C'est des faces. En Abitibi, ben, c'est bien apprécié. J'aurai un petit accent, ça, pour vous autres. Puis merci d'être ici. DSC, Diam. Hi there, Bruce from Edmonton. Benjamin, thanks a lot, man. Chavez de la O. Thanks a lot, Benjamin. The Tree Mistress, hi. Bruce, you and Steve were volume. Thanks a lot. We had a lot of fun. And yeah, when we talk about the moon, Steve and I get into it good. It's a good help to get some of the information out too and stuff. It's awesome. I love talking it up with Steve about the moon. Hope to do it more often too. WSO YouTube channel. You guys can check him out. He's a really good friend. Bruce, Black Pigeon, check yet. Joe, I promise I am going to write Black Pigeon, but I do tend to think it's a joke, but I'm going to have to go see it. Didn't I write it last time, man? Black Pigeon. I'm probably going to remember it. Bruce, check Black Pigeon. I'm going to remember it. Hey there, I see you. Hey, Smooth Crypto. How's it going? Very comfortable. Yeah, I wish, man. Not here. Freezing here. I'm an old fan. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Old fans are always welcome. Because of you guys that I'm still here. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Joe. Yes, that's it. Joe Green is the name I wanted to write down to go see Black Pigeon. I have not seen him. I think Black Pigeon. Pigeon Noir. No, I know something about a Pigeon Noir in French. It's a singer. But I'll have to check Black Pigeon out. Good evening, Bruce. Will Fisk. Thanks a lot, Will, for being here. Hey, Brian. Michigan is here. Thank you, Michigan. All right. Bye. It's... Kishralal Kishrida. I love that. Thanks for stopping by. Old friend. Buenas noches, Bruce. Thank you, Deep. Buenos dias from Quebec. That's not true. It is buenas noches right now. And it's dark as noches. Thank you for being here. Of information. Hello, the Tree Mistress. Greetings, Bruce and everyone. Happy Friday. Hey, Michael Stark. How's it going, man? Thanks as always for stopping by, bro. Hot as Hall in Florida. Yeah, that's what my friend Harry is saying. And well, what this time of the, I guess it's normal. When did I go to Florida? It was at Cocoa Beach. It was during Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. And we got there and I just, ripped the clothes off and you see these Quebec tourists running into the ocean and these people with toques. And I'm not lying. Wonderful people from Florida. They were the ones that we met walking on the beach, older couples too, a lot walking on the beach. And they all had toques on. I didn't understand that. And I remember laughing at them, but noticed that all of them were laughing at me. And I'm thinking it was my weight. Nah, it was both. It was the weight and it was me being in the water during Christmas. They were like, what the hell? And they looked at us and the first thing that they come up, we say, hello. They go, oh, hi, from Quebec? Hey, yeah. Wow, they like people from Quebec around here. No, it's the stupid people from Quebec are the ones that are in the water during Christmas. So I give the controllers less than 5 years for the moon truth to come out. Joe, I would give even less than that, but I think you're right on a reasonable margin, and that is going to bring us to about 2024, right? So yeah, I believe it too. I believe it's going to come out, and if they're going to go in 2024, it's going to come out before. I definitely believe it. Kishwalal Kishwada is back. Good to see the guy. Kishwalal Kishwada, come on down. Any good footage of that asteroid that flew by today? George, don't tell me that an asteroid flew by today. I could have told you it did because I saw the clouds outside. These big fake puffy clouds there, right? Maybe I'm just losing it. I think now every time there's an asteroid, every time I see a cloud, I think they're labeled. I'm seeing numbers on them. But it could be, right? It's going to be a special night tonight. We're going to think of a few funny theories and interesting theories to broaden our minds. So many new people tonight. Darla, there is. It's incredible. I love it. Out of the Mud mini bikes, 102 this week. Oh, wow. I think we broke a record since 1911, believe, in Georgia. That's crazy. Eh? It seems to me, Georgia, I don't know. It shouldn't be that hot, right? I mean, I know you guys have hot, warm weather all year, but not this warm. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, the temperatures are crazy all around the world, and they're not making much sense, I'll tell you that. Cool, man. Always good to see you. New vids. Thanks, man. Keep it happening. BC, Canada. Rob Wells. Thank you. Welcome, man. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. In Texas, good evening, everyone. Love your intro. Thanks, Dog Nose. You have to always go to the end, too, and listen to me singing Aliens on the Moon. I tried to post it because I have so many beautiful names at the end of the videos. Do you guys know who the names are at the end of the video? Are all the people who contributed to buy the 14-inch telescope that I have right now that I'll have to set up again in the next live stream. It's been a while. And, thanks to the community, we were able to get started. I got the computer. I got other cameras, SD cards, infrared cameras and stuff like that. And together, we're finding a lot of stuff. So when I say that it's thanks to the community, it's not because I'm trying to attract subscribers. It's because the community made this channel together, all of us. Without me, this channel is nothing, and without you guys, it's absolutely nothing either. So I think it's a good deal. Marfugel channel was talking highly on you the other day. Oh, really? Thanks for letting me know. I like hearing that. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, nice, Darla, for sure. Oh, Tennessee. William Bond. Thanks a lot, man. How's the weather up in Tennessee? If George is hot, how's Tennessee? Bet you it's scorching, I bet you. Hey, Pedro G. Mr. Bruce, hi. Thanks a lot, man. How's it going? Rizwan Riaz. Hi, Bruce. Have you ever looked for the moon bases that all these UFO video have shown? Yeah, absolutely. And where I'm finding tell you right now, beside Bianchini crater, I'm seeing structures. Copernicus crater, bottom, underneath, seen from Canada, Montreal, bottom, eastern, southern, southeast side. There's a lot of structures, and I'm talking to you about maybe half a distance of the entire diameter of the crater. So I think Copernicus is 83 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. So about 35, 40 kilometers away, maybe less than that, maybe probably 25 kilometers, 30 kilometers. You see all the structures. The Southern Highlands filled with structures. Clavius crater at the back, and all around Clavius crater, a lot of square-like building objects. Doesn't mean they're buildings, but they're square. You can really see them. I show them all in my videos, and I'm finding more and more. And tonight, that's what I'll be doing after I get off with you guys. I can't wait. It's Bruce Sees All video coming up first, not the French channel. Sorry, guys, for the French channels, it'll be coming, but I want to get another video up for you guys in new areas that we'll be looking at, or maybe the same areas. You know, try to find some more of the same angles and shots, but from different days, of course. Merci d'être ici, André. Good evening, Bruce and everyone. Romeo Whiskey, thanks, man. Whoop, boy, that just jumped up a lot. Michael Stark, Bruce, last night I was watching the moon at the Terminator. Yeah, lucky you, I didn't see it. And so many weird structures were visible. One large six-sided polygon crater with smaller polygons being constructed inside with black pathways. Man, keep your eye on that, because it's funny what you're saying is that's exactly what we're seeing, what I'm seeing just beside Hyginus crater. Okay, like bottom of Mare Serenitatis, we see this, the black lines you said. And that black line, is it a straight pronounced line, like going up straight as a board? It looks high up. That's what I'm seeing. And I only see that when I descend the contrast. If you don't descend the contrast or adjust the exposure, you don't see it at all. You definitely don't see it. Important question. Do you play PS4? No, but hey, I got nothing against it. And I never had a chance to get into the games. I was always into, the only thing was Flight Simulator. It's the only thing I played. I like landing in airports. That's all I did. But I was into music and guitars and stuff. I kept that as a hobby all the time. And now basically, guys, I'm always listening to documentaries, but that's once a month if I have 15, 20 minutes, because I never stop doing this. Actually, to maintain the videos, I have to jump on a video the minute I get up in the morning and get into something interesting, which I put up all my images and videos on my screens and stuff, and I just start looking and checking different angles. Sometimes the next day I can see things I didn't the day before. It's a freaking amazing job being able to do this and having so much support. It's a dream for me. I'm telling you guys, the support that you guys are giving me, it's an amazing dream to be able to share it and have such an audience. You know, I mean, you know, I'm a guy who's used to talking to a friend or two. So, you know, when I see a bunch of faces like this here tonight, well, it's greatly appreciated. And smash the like button, guys, please. It'll get the scale up on these videos, maybe get them out a bit more, because this channel is definitely not dead, but it remains at the 2,000 views. Basically, it's been my 4th year starting now. So Romeo Whiskey is in the house. Very late here, and I'm only dropping by to say hi. And Greer channel, enjoy the chat, everyone. Well, Dr. Jolly Fingers, thanks again for stopping by. We love you, man. We appreciate it. And we'll see you in next stream, my friend, or the next video. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here, Team Signal. Hi, Cynthia Wood. Still hotter than heck in Texas. It is still, you said? And yeah, it's been nice and quiet, though, I guess. Safe. Hey, it's more quiet. No more, you know, shootings and stuff like that in Texas. That's great. But yeah, the heat scorching, I guess. And I don't know, Texas would not be an area where you guys would get a lot of rain, I imagine. Or maybe it is. But you hear about the area like Texas being flat, right? I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. I'm just learning this. But how I saw the first floods of my life in Texas, how the water stays there. I didn't know it was like that. It's low and flat, right? Plain lands, and the water just spreads out. And but amazing. I had family members that went up to Texas. I had family members in Texas. Not anymore. I don't remember exactly where they were. I think it was Houston, somewhere around there. Hotter than I ever remember it being, says Mr. Bond. Yeah, and it's weird, but like I said, again, it's for this time of the year, it shouldn't be, right? It seems to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just here. We're into our third week. Basically, summer's been over here. We're that between weather, which is just perfect weather in the afternoon, but at night it is so cold. Message retracted, Young AP. You can write that back up, Young. It happens sometimes. Sorry about that. Prepper for the promised land. Yes, hot here in Tennessee, but cooling down. It's getting there, eh? And Tennessee, another nice area I'd like to visit. And yeah, I guess I don't here, guys. It's like 9 months of winter. It's just horrible. 8-9 months of freezing weather, and it just starts dropping. Say to yourself, Halloween's coming up, and for Halloween is usually our first snowfall here in Montreal, but it's spontaneous. Sometimes it could be a snowfall that we see in the middle of the day in a couple of weeks coming. But hey, Carl Woolley, thanks for being here, man. Alfie, it's hot in North Texas also. Thanks, Alfie. It's hot everywhere, eh? Great channel that should have been dope. Yes. Me up north. Oh, I'd love to be there, though. I'd love to see the view up north, brother. Hello again, Bruce. Caught your stream earlier, which was great. Thanks, Liam. Stuart Brown, thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for being here, man. I bet Mr. Bruce plays PS4. I would. Is there any particular game that you're on? Maybe I'll go kick your butt tonight. I don't have any more PS4. I got one for my son. Must still use it sometimes. Hey, Phil Cox with daughters, Jessica and Kelsey Brown. Hi, Bruce. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here, man. They're jumping up again, those darn messages. Rosandi, hello. Sorry I missed that. Just posted that right before you said it live. Are you controlling time now? Yeah, Darla's starting to scare me, Team Signal. She's seeing things. You know what I'm thinking? That's the reason why all these neighbors are threatening me, is that the UFO is actually trying to zap my house, and every time it comes by, it zaps a neighbor's house or something. They come out, but I'm going to get Bruce. That's what happens. It's exactly what happens. There's a message retracted from Out the Mud mini bikes, but it wasn't me. I don't know. It just happens a lot. You can repost your message. Cynthia Wood, pretty dead in Sherman. Thanks, but it rains here sometimes like crazy. Yeah. Well, Cynthia, have you had a couple of rains in the past week or two? It's been pretty violent there. We got a couple of really big rainfalls. Like when the rain is going sideways, it's not even coming down. Just you're seeing rain go sideways, you know? We got a couple of big bad storms. Like, in other words, I've waited all year since last summer to see a lightning storm. And the first lightning storm I saw was in the past couple of weeks. The first lightning bolt since last summer, 2018. I'm not kidding you. I've never seen one in the sky. Maybe once in the winter, a freak accident. You guys ever see that? Winter lightning? That's incredible. We get winter lightning down here in Quebec. Not all the time, but I've seen it often enough. Hey, Rosandi, thanks, man. Atomic Immortal, thanks for being here, man. How's it going, bud? Raceland, some people are too afraid to see the truth, the real truth. You have awesome, eye-opening footage. Thanks, man. Love your work, Bruce. Bryce, Lynn, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Harry. Definitely appreciate that, man. Exactly, Bruce. Descended. Contrast brings out details. Yes, big time. Those black paths look like freeways. Man, they really do, interconnecting each crater, just like our freeways from like high altitude connecting towns and cities. Right, exactly. Like we see the black strips going through the Rocky Mountains, like we see it going in ledges in you know, Indonesia and India along these big high mountains. They're there, right? And that is what we're seeing. And it's a black line communicating to all the craters. And you're absolutely right about it. And there's also those white lines, which are not even, though. I don't know if you know what I mean, and I'm sure you see them too, for sure, because you have a good enough telescope, you're seeing the same things. And it's the white lines look bumpy. They look uneven, like it's, you know, when they're putting insulation under a house or something like that, and it's coming out, this foam, it looks like it's laid all over the surface. you know, you wonder what the heck it is. Seemed to snow here in Tennessee on Halloween. It was 98 yesterday. Oh, wow. And snow on Halloween. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, eh? And here, that's about when it starts. Hey, Dabs. I'm losing my voice. Who has a laser rangefinder? Oh, and a digital infrared scope. It's coming, man. 3rd gen. Wait till I get out there, man. I could have for a reasonable price. Oh, you're looking okay. Who has a laser rangefinder and a digital infrared scope? I could have for a reasonable price. You don't need a laser for a gun, do you? You mean for like a I'm kidding, Caps. No, you got to ask that out in the community for sure. And if this is the best place to ask for it, I don't know. Is anybody here that has infrared equipment? And I'm going to shoot that out there that if you do, you guys can come in. That's a pretty good idea, you know. Come and let me know if you guys do have some infrared equipment for sale. Not that I want to buy it necessarily, but maybe I can stick them up in the video sometimes if you guys want to sell some of your equipment. But exactly which laser? Who has a laser rangefinder? Okay, a rangefinder. Yeah, and a digital infrared scope. I could have for a reasonable price. I have to check. I could check that out for you anyways online, Dabs. I am going to check that out, though. Because sometimes, you know, some places online to get the used stuff, and I'll be checking that out. Thanks for letting us know, man. Yeah, you got to get into this, man. Got to get into this, Dabs. Hey, Dabs. Just asking you. You never know. Anonymous official. You must be like me. I've watched them for a long time. I've followed them and everything they've done. I was even, you know, I'll just leave it at that. And do you think anonymous official is sincere, and is there a way of me getting my research to them? Because I tried to reach these guys, and it's not that they're not real, but it's that they're not responding to people. But I never found an address for them. The tweet to Donald Trump, I hope you guys know, I tweeted Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, and I told him that I found activity on the surface of the moon. I'm not kidding. I tweeted it to him. I don't know what it's going to do. It was very polite. I didn't make it very long, but I said, hey, you know what I believe is that we all know for a fact there's not one message that's not going to go to the White House and not be checked. So I say to myself, whoever's checking that, it still has to go into the ears of people that are close to the president, right? And someone could say, well, on your Twitter, they were asking you about aliens and stuff, you know? Because I saw President Donald Trump talk about it himself, saying that he was skeptical about UFOs. And I was a little upset, not mad, but I was upset about him saying that. But I said, maybe it's a self-defense that he's saying that, you know, defense mechanism, keeping it private or whatever. But he did say that he was skeptical about the possibility of UFOs existing, you know. He wasn't really into it. But and of course, he didn't respond to me either, so... General Lee, Bruce sees all America is white again, and you are out of here, bro. Come on, man. I can't leave you. I can't leave you here and say that, man. No, I'm sorry. The General Lee is gone. Pedro, second time I will ask Mr. Bruce, and I will answer. What's more older, the moon or the earth? Well, I would say when it's split in half, one of the two halves were about the same age. Or I could say that the moon is a lot older, but that was not there when it began, the moon. You know? A young AP, no, I don't create all the music. I create very little or some of it. But most of the music that I'm getting and putting on the videos, I don't know why your message was retracted. I just saw that. Most of the message, the music, AP is incompetech.com, which is Kevin MacLeod. And that's where I'm getting most of the music. I'll put it right up for here, incompetech.com. And it's Kevin MacLeod. And he's got a lot of free music there too. There's some music you can buy. Hello, Mr. Jeff Walker. How's it going, buddy? How's it going, Jeff? Aldora de Roda. Hello. The Joes are mining for shekels on the moon, proven fact. What is it with that, though? I love Disney princesses. Yeah, me too. My ex was a princess. And why are people... I don't know. I never understood what it does. It doesn't bother me to see someone saying, America is white again. I mean, it's probably maybe a color person saying it. You know, it's just funny online how people come here and say things like that, you know. And now the new thing is that I'm with the Scottish Rite. So, you know, I started posting videos, and I'm actually wearing a kilt. If you guys want to see my kilt, anyways, I'll show you another time. But yeah, the Scottish kilt is something I wear with pride. That's why they started a Space Force. Yes, Frank, that's exactly why they did. Definitely. Bruce, I've sent links on your videos via email to Jimmy Church. Oh, thanks, man. I don't know if you got them, but just trying to get the word out. They should be a #1 story. Man, Team Signal, it's because of you. Thanks, Dabs. It's because of you that the word gets out by doing that. I believe it. And like I said, you know, as stupid as trying to reach a president and stuff like that, of course they're going to see things and hear things, you know, they're maybe not going to respond, but it's maybe an eye opener or an ear opener for some of them. But Team Signal, I appreciate that, man. Sorry if I'm missing some of the comments, guys. Need in the chat. Zvezdan, how's it going? Thumbs up, everyone. Thank you, Romeo Whiskey. Ojibwa 27, I remember you, my friend. Hello. Darla, Bruce is on form and love the channel like this. Thanks a lot, Liam. Yeah, I'm top shape, man. I'm getting back there. Thanks, Jeff. Team Signal, wow, that's really nice. Roots, Reggae Radio, 24/7, reggae music. I love it. Phil Cox and Daughters and Jessica and Kelsey Brown. I get my music from YouTube Audio Library. Free to use music. I've used a few, Phil, from there. Not quite exactly what I'm looking for, right? I'm definitely going to invest in some very, very high quality music. If this channel can get a lot better, I will invest in that. But 1964 Sleepy. This one's for Darla, Bruce. All right. I'm not kidding. Thank you. Accepted. I miss these fights. That is a beautiful cup. I still gotta get another cup up. Gotta get some new cups up. Some troll cups I gotta get up. I'm not even gonna go there. It's a space station. Yes, it absolutely could be a place of communication. Absolutely a place of communication. A place where they're possibly making UFOs, studying artificial intelligence, testing military artificial intelligence, advanced high-tech weapons, camouflaging, bending of light, new, you know, that's what's going on up there, I'll tell you that. And what they did is they brought Nikola Tesla's entire life and research up there. Before making the Tesla coil, they grounded the moon to make a force field around the moon and get their energy, and that's what they did, and that's all the connections you're seeing. And then with the force field, they were able to start, you know, artificial intelligence, probably secret funded projects, maybe in alliance with some humans that are making parts here on Earth. And, you know, I love this. You know why? Because there's so many theories of what's going on up there that they know no one will know exactly what's going on. There's too many good theories. It's literally what's going on. Yeah, not many did stick it out, Darla. Just you guys are here, the real one. Juliana, a.k.a. Baba Yaga. Who else forgot to hit the like button? Thank you, Juliana. I love you for it. Hey, Mr. Martin Holmes, working hard. Mr. Martin Holmes is going to have an observatory being built, and I hope to share some of his construction. You're going to have to get some angles for us, Martin, and hide, you know, the home and stuff, but I want to see some of the construction. It's sort of exciting. And I'm going to share every damn thing that you're going to get, Martin. Since you're buying, it's a 58-inch scope, you said 63 or something like that. Well, we're not going to talk about that now because we don't want to expose how big Martin's scope is going to be, but I like teasing people with it. Mine is going to look like a cup. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. Yep, it's me. I see a cup. Is that 1964 Sleepy in? Yes, that's my friend at 64 Sleepy. Oops, I forgot. What did you forget? Oh, guys, Shimmer. You forgot to turn off the stove. Well, wait. Can you do a stream with the night vision? Oh, well, you know, those are some Omega Negative. Thanks for being here. Those are some interesting, 96 Sleepy. Those are some interesting suggestions. And it would be nice to be able to do that. And you know what? The only thing is that I can't stream with the camera that I have. I actually did buy, and I am using it for other reasons. I have a 4K camera here that I just bought, and I bought it because there was night vision on it. But the night vision is not strong enough to be able to film the UFOs properly. The one I have now, I really wish I could film it, live stream it, because yeah, it's a big difference streaming it live so that people can see there's actually something like at that very moment, and you can see the way I'm talking and interacting with some of these entities, and it's real, you know. Motorhead rules. Oh yeah. Here. Oh, hey there, Gavin Paul. Hey, Gavin. I'm quite new on here. Nice to see on here. Nice to write you all. Keep up the great work, Bruce. Gavin Paul, thanks a lot, man. Hi from Quebec. Whereabouts are you from, man? You don't have to tell us. Sometimes it's better here not to say where you're from. But thanks a lot, Gavin. How's the weather in your end, man? You got rain? Is it nice? Thank you, Darla. I appreciate that. Thanks, Sleepy. Bruce, have you seen the documentary Above Majestic? I haven't, Michael. Several times people tell me that. Watch it last night. Wow, crazy information. Michael, is it worth, like, I don't know, like my research and stuff? Is it worth me watching it? I should watch it. I thought it was something we had to pay for. No, I thought this was like a movie or something. I didn't think it was something that was on YouTube. But I'm marking it down because I want to go see it. The same time I have to go see Black Pigeon. There we go. There's a good chance the moon is the so-called dark planet. Oh, yes, definitely. Send it back. The weeknight vision. Oh, nice. Interview, by the way. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, I should send it back, man. I'm actually using it for other things. A temporary camera because the P900 is on the verge. I think I'm gonna be due to get another camera, guys. It'll be big. It'll be nice for sure. The next camera. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, a couple of things. Interesting theories as we're looking at everyone here. Thanks for being here, everyone. 1964. This is crazy. It's not much. No, it's not much. You think? Of course, it's a lot, man. It's more than a lot. It's a lot. So much. Thank you very much. 60,000 people give that once. Damn. Wow. The biggest scope. That's it. Close the fundraisers. I thank you guys. So do the clouds rain upwards to the moon? You know, the clouds rain downwards on us. The clouds rain both sides. Is the water too heavy and in its solid state falling down because of the gravity, and the gaseous water and crystals float upwards to the moon? No? I don't know. Okay, that's out. Tesla, we talked about Tesla making weapons up there. They're making UFOs maybe on the moon, right? Maybe that's what they're doing. Tesla's, all of Tesla's innovations and all his technologies and everything he was doing up there. Maybe we're actually standing erect fish that are in the bottom of a clear ocean, which is really Atlantis. And we're an obese species. We can't swim. We're stuck at the bottom of an ocean of Atlantis to try to get to top, right? Top of the lid, the moon. Fur has a decent infrared CMOS camera. FLIR. Yeah, I've been looking at some of the FLIRs. I have to get some thermal cameras. There's a couple of things I want to do some tests with that. But I'd like to get a big enough thermal camera to do. Well, what I'm going to be checking this winter is to look for some adapting filters that I could put on the 14-inch scope. Here in Canada, it's against the law to film the sun. It's against the law to sell sun filters too. So I was never able to get one around here. I'd have to look in the States for, but my telescope gathers too much light. I do not want to film the sun ever with my 14-inch telescope. I'd use my 127 SLT. Hey, Phil, that would be a good scope. Phil, have you used your 127 Max Sudoff SLT Celestron telescope to view the sun? If you have, let me know. Robotic donkeys absolutely makes sense. I absolutely believe it. Yes, and we are donkeys, boy. I tell you that. Some of us more than others. Oh, you think the activity on the moon is from us? Well, it could be from us or from USS. Yeah, I do. I think it's a theory. Absolutely. I think it's a plausible theory that maybe it's not extraterrestrials that are on the moon, that it could be beings like us or literally humans. How would humans change living on the moon? Well, we'd probably change drastically over a period of time anyways. But then again, if Earth's geocorona extends far beyond the reach of the moon, maybe the moon is more similar than we think. What do you guys think is between Earth and the moon? We're going to talk about water vapor. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about also what happens to water when it goes into space. Do you guys know what happens to water when it goes into space? If you were to urinate in space, be careful. I'm telling you, what would happen to the water, to you relieving yourself? It's beautiful at one point. It gets really beautiful, and I'll get into that. Why can't you film the sun? Not with my telescope, though, but I film with other objects. I have a filter that Crazy Penguin, a community contributor here that bought me, contributed a filter, just paper filters for the sun. And I made my own filters with it. He explained me how to do it, and everything is really cool. Crazy Penguin. Some of you remember him. And I'll film it with that. But as for trying to film the sun with my 14-inch telescope, you got to realize it's literally, I paid $13,000 tax included for this. And I don't know, with the camera at the back too, filming the sun, now it's $18,500 that if the sun damages the telescope, I'm screwed. And you think we are screwed. Well, actually, no, you're not screwed. I'm screwed because I have to reinvest in another one real quick or fix it. Would it not make more sense if Earth was flat and we were being thrust forward constantly? Would that not explain gravity? It's a theory, Rosandy, absolutely, and it's a possibility. I'm totally not against Earth or any celestial object being flat shaped and or cookie shaped or lens shaped, whatever type or form that you want to call it. And I do definitely believe in that. So when astronauts pee in space, what happens? Well, the urine boils violently. Okay, let's talk about water. What happens to water in space? It's just that I wanted to finish off that the urine was beautiful in space. Nice crystallization after the sublimation. What is sublimation? Have you guys heard of sublimation? I'm studying astronomy, and I said to myself, if somebody asked me what happens to water when it's in space, I did not know how to respond, and I felt real stupid. So, water, it took chemists to discover in the 18th century that water, what consisted of water, the components of it. Breaking it down, you have two parts of hydrogen atoms that are linked to one oxygen atom. So that thus, H2O. So then they found out what consisted, breaking down the water molecule. But what happens to water when water, for example, room temperature here, like warmer water, goes into space? It's going to go through different states. And what's going to happen to the water is it's going to boil violently. So this is why some people say that, your head would boil, the liquids in you would boil. It has some truth to it because water will boil violently and then turn into vapor. Could the atmospheric distortion that we're seeing be part of water vapor? Of course it is, between Earth and the moon. There is water between Earth and the moon, but it's not necessarily in a solid state. So that gaseous cloud, that's what water would look like. And there is some liquid water also. Look on asteroids. The liquid water inside of asteroids is filled with water. So the line or trail that you see behind an asteroid could be that process of sublimation. Now, bear with me. It's important to know sublimation is just the transition of when water in space boils and then goes into a gaseous state and then solid and little fine crystals, which is, vapor. And that is sublimation. But behind asteroids are filled with water, okay? And the insides of asteroids and the trail and the tail end of it that's coming off and what you see behind it, looks like it's fusioning. It could be literally water vapor that you're seeing, the process of sublimation. And that's just a theory I have. Crazy, right? But it's not crazy at all, because I believe what is between Earth and the moon is a shield of water in different forms. Why? Because we have different temperatures between Earth and the moon, and they're in different states and forms. So as objects are going through that, we're seeing, like some say, a pushing of time or space around it, which is actually water vapor. If there's, most substance on Earth is water. So why would there not be water on other celestial bodies? They said it on Mars, it's confirmed. They said it on the moon, it's confirmed. They said it on Pluto, it's confirmed. So basically, every celestial object probably has water. I would tell you the sun even has water, but I'm not going to get into it. But I believe there's water everywhere. And the thing is that water's in many different states. So it's in Tennessee, it's in Georgia, which is true. Yeah, less pressure lets it boil at a lower temperature, and it's all about that, eh? And this is the thermal, how they're finding out the temperatures of everything. Well, what we use is a thermometer, and water freezes at different, between 0, and less, it'll freeze, and it's just so complicated. But in space, water is out there. There is a film of water between here and there. So the rising smoke or haze that we could see on the surface of the moon or close to the surface of the moon could be all the water that is in the gaseous state or form, I hope I don't get struck by lightning, that is over the moon. Because we're not going to see water the same way. But that's only if there's a difference in the atmosphere, which there could be. But is it that different? I don't know if it's that different. That's what I'm wondering. Wow, did I talk about everything? I guess I did. Notice the full moon's coming up, and when the full moon is out, guys, do you notice how even if you're in a desert, in a hot country where there's no snow, you'll see vapor come out of your mouth. You'll see water beating on your cars and motorcycles because the moon is full. And when the moon is out, the water on Earth and the surface reacts differently. When the moon is out and there's a hurricane, the hurricane is in full force. When there are storms or bad weather coming and it's during the full moon, it's going to be violent. It's going to be excessive. The water amounts are going to be more too, and it's true. I'm telling you, that moon, we share the waters with it. There's a big secret with the Earth and the moon, and it's all about the H2O, the water. It's about what everything's in, you know. That's what I believe. Just a theory, but everybody drinks water. Absolutely, yeah. And it's, you know, when you reach the end of the universe, you reach another, and that's parallel, 8 of them. You see, Anonymous, I like hearing that because, excuse me, I think it makes sense. Absolutely. And this is what's hard to understand, right? Because we don't see that. Like what you just said there, I mean, whoa, for some, it's not even going to be understandable. It makes perfect sense. I know what you mean, but, you know, how is the universe laid out? You know, is it all in different types of, well, what's going on with Anonymous? He lost his messages. Oh, he must have been bad. Had a wrench here. Bye. No? Message redacted. It's timed out. Thank you, Darla. Thank you very much. Greg Brown. Good day, Bruce. Hey, Greg. Thanks so much for being here, man. Every living creature needs water. I believe it, Romeo. Absolutely. 100%. The Greys probably live in ponds. I mean, they look like fish, basically, with faces, you know? But then again, what are we basing? You see, I'm talking about gray aliens. Where did we see a gray alien, right? Movies, right? Pictures. Roswell, 47. They show the alien lying down. They're dead. There's 4 or 5 of them lying on the table. The only picture basically we ever seen. Is it real or not? Guaranteed the real photo could be that one because it's like people don't believe it. But would they have gotten the direct photo of them on the table at Roswell? Probably not. Probably definitely not. I would have said to myself that the crafts would have been leaked from Roswell. Are they real or not? You guys must be like me. I see Hitler standing up beside a downed spacecraft. Is that picture real? Have you guys seen that? They're looking at a spacecraft that crashed into the ground, but he's maybe 3 feet into the ground. Seems to me if he crashed, would he have not made a giant, you know, give some and leave some, right? Circumference. Thanks. You have it on a really great point, Bruce. Thanks, Rosandi. Everything we think here on Earth changes in space. Totally different pressures and temperatures changes so much. Yeah, and that's if it's true, right? Because what if there's no difference in temperatures on the outside, and that's why they're telling us what happens in cold weather, and maybe they're getting this information, Rosandi, by going further out, right? Maybe it's not on the moon that they're doing all this testing of cold air and weather. Maybe, you know, it's cold up here too. We'd freeze our butts off going a couple thousand feet up over into Earth's orbit. But how cold is it from here to the moon? But then how cold is it on Pluto? I don't think it's going to be colder because we're going further away. We're driving towards more suns. I don't, you know, I bet you I believe the temperatures are distributed probably evenly throughout the universe, seems to me. You know, they talk about absolute zero. How do they know? You know, 80% of Earth is water, and us body, yeah, our bodies too is a lot of water. 80 or 90% for sure. It's the most substance on Earth is water, definitely for sure. So maybe this was hell, and what happened is us little demons, we brought water down here to try to put out the fires, you know, because we were badasses. Hola, amigo, Juan Moreno. Thank you for being here. I'm in Arizona desert. I wish I was, Mark. It's my dream, man. We rarely see condensation build up. Mark, I really appreciate you telling me that. Thanks a lot. And you're in Arizona desert. We rarely see condensation build up. That's interesting. Let me ask you something, Mark. Stupid question. In Arizona, is the moon easily seen? Is it seen nice and close? You know, in general, do you guys have any problems viewing the moon in Arizona? I tend to think you probably wouldn't. Did Martin say something? I see people see Martin saying something, but I didn't see him. Kevin Zimmerman, the ancient Sumerians. and my other culture on earth, and my other culture on earth told us a lot of such things. It's a riddle, a big puzzle. We're a little bit closer to the truth. Satan, God, yin yang, positive, negative. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Kevin, for sharing that. Like how the oceans, water temps change, so like space. Yeah, absolutely. Why do the tides get so high, right? What's happening magnetically and why? You know, the Truman Show. Love it, HH. Absolutely. Driving to the white wall with the stairs, right? Going up the stairs and finding out that there's nothing and that he was being filmed all his life. You know, Jim Carrey had a depression with that, right? I saw him once. He was talking. What was he talking about? He was congratulated for winning an award. He said, "Well, it doesn't really matter." He goes, "We're not really here." He goes, "What do you mean?" He says, "Just a bunch of tetrahedrons just floating around in nothingness, and it's just we're not here." I think he had an awakening, a realization that, or he became part of the 100 Club or something. I don't know. Probably both. I tend to think both. We have jacket on battery. Ooh, heat. Yes. What you're saying makes me think about the Anunnaki tales of Tiamat and the dragon all linked to water. Wow, Maura, that's interesting. Thanks a lot. I don't know a lot about them. See, that's the thing, eh? It's like this, they're making too much for us to research. If there was only one subject like gray aliens and there was only one celestial object, the moon, we'd be concentrating on it. But now there's all these other things and iPods and videos, and people are ordering pizzas and don't give a crap about what's going up on the moon and stuff, you know. Pizza sounds good. The Book of Thoth tells us, I heard that. Night Darla, hey, Martin Conyard. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. A great big show this time, once again, as usual. But some new faces tonight. Jesus is coming on the clouds. Brett, I hope so. I hope so. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe that's why they're spraying chemtrails. So you can slide on in right across Montreal. I grew up in Alabama, and it's much easier here in Arizona to see the moon with less humidity, I believe, is part of it. Yeah, and that's it, Mark. And it's probably exactly what's causing us atmospheric disturbance. There is water vapor out there. And not just that. Okay, it could be other things. But what? Heat, right? It's temperature. And if they say heat, I think they tend to be talking about water. And hey, I'm no genius, but I came to the understanding that, you know, between Earth and the moon, there is a gaseous form of water. You're not going to say, we can't say the opposite, but it's just theory. But theory that I'm basing on facts in general. Iggy Pop, this is a new film. After a crap day and chilled out now from this feed. Thanks, guys. My pleasure, Liam. You guys rock, and I appreciate you guys for all stopping by. I see the moon as a double blur. The one in the back is red in color, and it's been setting in the wrong spot, namely southwest. Been seeing the moon act retardedly. So here's the thing. The moon is furthest away. Well, it was anyways at the end of the last phase, or during the last phase. So we see the moon, like last year, those of you who remember, in the same time, the same months, seeing the moon come up in different angles for 2 or 3 weeks. That's what happened last year. We saw it again this year, and it was when the moon was further away. And when the moon was further away, it was not always rising in the same angle. It's never in the same angle in general. We see it move and waver, but it was bad the past few weeks. It was like up there, and then it took hours for it to rise and to go back where it was and then continue over the elliptic. But I'm telling you, it's noticing. This is what I'm trying to do, is just notice a lot of the changes that people, you know, aren't noticing. If you ever spotted the famous and very common boomerang UFO, I have not. I don't think I have, but I'm telling you, with the vapor trails that I caught of a few of them recently, I don't know. It's a boomerang effect that I was seeing, but I know what you mean, though. No, I don't think I've seen that one. I'm not sure. Seeing a lot of rectangles and squares. That's basically what we're seeing on the moon. Rectangles, cigar shapes, and squares on the surface. Nebula dust. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Could nebula dust be the process of sublimation? The process of water vapor in a gaseous form? You look at nebulas and you see clouds around them. Those clouds could be water vapor. It's water, damn it. Why is the sky blue? Because it's water. Absolutely, Romeo. Why do we see the water blue? It probably isn't. We see the sky blue, and it's supposedly not blue due to the cone cells and the two types of cells that are in our eyes, they say. But let me tell you something. It really can be, man, water around Earth, right? And maybe this water is really high up and it's, I don't know, frozen, gaseous water. Who knows? But it's not a ridiculous, hypothesis. I don't think so. Agree, Bruce. Jim Carrey broke through the mental programming. Everything is tetrahedron. There you go. That's what I want to read here. The mental programming. Everything is a tetrahedron composition with individual free-willed consciousness at different densities experiencing reality. You said exactly, I think, what he said, and you're right on. And I loved it. And when I hear things like that, Michael, in my head just goes, it just explodes. And it's true. I understand it. I sort of understand it. And I don't know. This is not making me mixed up. It seems to be helping me when I hear these things. It helps me. It doesn't make me go blah, 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 blah. But some people are losing it, right? I just come up with ludicrous theories. Are they ludicrous? No. Someone's living on the moon. That's ludicrous, right? But it's so. Wallace and Gromit. Rosandi, you know what? When a younger family member was growing up, I used to love watching that with him. Yeah, I love it. And I love the ideals behind it. As an artist, the person that made it, Wallace and Gromit, the ideals, what they do. Because, they're always, rocket going to space, right? That's what they're doing all the time. Love Wallace and Gromit. No speaking or nothing. It's just, it says so much. And I don't watch a lot of television. I'm telling you, the last time I've seen a movie was Police Academy 4. And Terminator, I will be back, is the last thing I heard him say. Now he's 80. Literally. Hello, Deidre Baker. Thanks, Deidre, for being here. Welcome. Hello, Crying Hippie. Before I get off here and keep boring you guys, look at the moon right now. It's half moon, but middle of moon looks super dark. Hey, don't tell me that. Give me a second. I'm going to go check that out. Dude, your finger's on the lens, I think. No, I'm kidding. No, here, I know what you mean. If you mean it's darker in the center a little bit, I see the Terminator line just in the center of the banana, maybe looping a little bit. But hey, keep watching the Terminator line, guys, because that's exactly what gives us, shows us everything. All the elevation on the moon is the Terminator line, which the Terminator line is just the black line that's going by on the moon as it gets from smaller to bigger. It's all about energy. H2O is energy. Water is one status, a form of energy. Pedro G, you are absolutely right. And it's funny you said that because, well, not all actually, because that's what I was saying. In the universe, it's probably mostly water, but that water is energy. Yes, it is energy. Same way we can make energy here, the way windmills, right? That simple, turning an object and it creates so many watts of energy, and it's just amazing. So what is being created as energy on the corners of the universe where, everything's holding up? It must be phenomenal when you think of it. Thanks for the likes, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, for supporting the channel, as always. I love you all so much. You can take the time to go in the featured channels, look at the other channels there. Also, the first one on top is OVNI Quebec Astronomy, and it is my backup channel. I also post other videos there, and I'd love you guys to stop by and check out the videos, or subscribe if you guys want. It's free. Looks way off the dark center of the half moon tonight. I had, Crying Hippie, I had clouds the entire 2 weeks, or how many weeks now, since, way more than that. I'm losing time. Darla. Since India landed, crashed on the moon. They didn't go. They said they did. But something did crash on the moon that day, though, which is pretty funny. It's scary. I don't think they went. I really don't. What do you guys think about India? What do you guys think about them saying that, they crash landed on the moon? NASA sent a probe up a couple days after, right, to go locate it. Do you know that? We don't hear about it, though. We do not hear about it at all. Hey, that company that's over here where I showed you guys that big radio telescope, they're a subcontractor of NASA. They're working on an antenna array project. So pretty cool. Have a look at Farsight Press on YouTube. Hello, Light Being. Farsight Press. I'll write it down. It sounds familiar. Farsight Press. A few more here, and then I'll get going, you guys, and I'll leave you guys get to your business and stuff. Light Being, thanks a lot, man, for the ongoing support. And guys, most of the time I'm saying man, eh? I'm just going down this here, hey man. So don't even insult anyone. If we have some aliens or women here instead or something, just tell me if, I'm not a man, I'm a woman, or I'm not human, I'm alien. Please send some water down under. Cheers. Greg, we will send you a batch. 2 crafts going to dump in Lake Toho and Lake Michigan. Gonna fill her up. Anything that crashed on the moon was shot down. Yes, or because of Nikola Tesla's force field on the moon, maybe that's why even India lost. Did you guys see the graph? You must have seen it, Dr. Mike, or is it, who wrote that? Sorry, I think it was Dr. Mike. Anyways, they stopped the graph. I think they were at just barely on the surface of the moon. Not a word on it. Not a word on whether it landed, whether it functioned or not. Everything's hush, hush, hush. So what the hell is the use of watching a landing if that's the only thing we're going to see, right? When you think of it. My pleasure. So thanks a lot for stopping by, everyone. NGB. Yes, Rezandi. I don't mind. I have the 3rd chapter of Genesis states that when man and women were created, God called them both man, so it's okay with me. It's right when you think of it. Absolutely. And Lord, I hope there was no sex change or anything. Maybe this is what happened. How did she become a woman? What do you think of it? It's like you're with your buddy. You're on a fishing trip, and you get back, and he says he has to go sit down to have a pee, and you go, wait a minute, whoa. Leonardo, I'm sure I missed you. I bet you were up a bit further, man. I hope I didn't. Good night, man. Leonardo, I hope I didn't miss you, bro. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Peace, man. 307 in Serbia. Zvezdan, you come by. Obradovic. I love that name, guys. 307 in Serbia. Well, I hope you speak. Do you speak any English, Zvezdan? I don't know how you guys can do that in all these faraway countries, come and understand English like this. You guys know a lot more languages, I guess. We don't. We speak, you know, French here and English. Basically it. You know, no hablo español. Bruce, get some sleep. Rest your voice. Hey, yes. Hey, okay, Shimmer. I was up over 24 hours. I was up all night because of some trouble yesterday, but it happened. The trouble made things better because, you know, anyways, they went against, basically the neighbors aren't allowed in the street and they came by to do more troubles. I'm getting sick of it a bit, but you know what I'm sick of? Is that I can't go outside and beat them up because I follow the system and I'm a good person. So I sit here like an idiot and wait for, you know, police to come 1 hour to come here because, you know, I'm all by myself in this hole here. So good night, everyone. See you all next weekend. The girls and I send our love to you all across the big pond. Well, we love you, girls and Phil and family. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by. I love you all. Liam, great feed tonight, Bruce. Well, I appreciate that, bud. Thanks a lot. French is the language of the love. It is. It definitely is. And if I went to France, I would pretend, you know, that I was French. Mais oui. I would be able to attract all the beautiful women from France. Are they aliens? Yeah. You know, I don't know. You know what the thing is? It's like, what is an alien? Are we aliens? Of course, when you think of it. So, yeah. Are they alien to us? I don't know, You know what I've often thought about too is that, yeah, like being 1 hour, no matter what, stop breathing. Somebody stops breathing here, it'll take an hour for them to come by. So, yeah, we know CPR here. Definitely. Pitts pool noodle away. Fall alarm. Nothing to see here, folks. Hey, look, the Russians. Bonsoir, André Boutier. Et merci, mon frère. Thanks a lot, everyone, for stopping by. And good show tonight. Thanks, Romeo. It was. We had fun, guys. Thanks a lot. So that's what I basically do. Try to come on here and look, you know, at the space news, what's going on. Sorry, guys. At the space news. Keep us updated. Just give you a quick heads up. The MK1 from SpaceX, Elon Musk, 165 feet high. You can go look it up online. They're showing the insides of the spacecraft. So, you know, the fuselage, the whole thing's built up, ready to go. And I want to talk about that next time is that, do you guys, we'll talk about this next time. Do you guys think Starhopper or MK1, MK2 is going to actually get out of Earth's orbit? I think it would be highly unlikely. Look at the size of it. If you can tell me that they can launch the World Trade Center to Mars, well, okay, but I want to see it without breaking apart. Definitely. That thing is so huge, you know. Multidimensional beings. Love it, Svesdan. Absolutely, they could be. I do believe it, man. Like what we were talking about, the different states, right? There are different states of beings too, different states of dimensions of times, you know, physical states, different dimensional states. I'm sure of it. States of the mind. It's phenomenal. It's never ending. And there's no language here on Earth that is advanced enough to come even close to explaining exactly what is going on out there. With our languages here on Earth, every one of them were able to come up with a basic idea, but of explanation. I mean, listen, they lost us, right? They're talking about physics and science and everything. You lost me a long time ago, right? You know, I have a hard enough time counting pallets, basically. Have a good night, Mark. I have to go rest that voice of mine. Need to send 1 gram of moon rocks to Bruce for next Friday's live. That was a cool inside too. It's like, because I know what you mean by the moon rocks. It's, you know, the gold ones. I saw that. And yeah, that would be interesting. Definitely interesting. We'll have to do that one point. Bruce, have you ever tried looking through any of your telescopes with the infrared camera? Wonder if that would work. And Michael, you got to know that, yeah, I'm dumb enough to have tried it. And here's the wonderful thing, Michael. At the back of the telescope, when you take off the camera, well, there's a lens there. And it's clean and you can't get inside of the scope. So you clean that little lens and it's just about this size. And the P900 fits right at the back. So there are some tests that I honestly have not done yet. I did some, but not enough. The infrared, I have tried it and it was spectacularly mind-boggling. The colors and lights that I could see, it's like I was too close. But yeah, I'm doing the tests for sure. On its axis, not orbital. Quantum physics. We're just at the beginning. Many secrets to solve. Kevin Zimmerman, we're just at the beginning of time. Yeah, when you think of it, right? Like, I mean, literally, just at the beginning. We say 1930s. They were so past dated, outdated. Well, it was only a couple of years ago. So when you think of it, we're just starting out in all of this, right? I will add a comment here so you can find, can forward me your remarks or thoughts on what they found. Humans, buildings, etc. They confirm your stuff, and I was so happy. Thanks, Light Being. Thanks a lot. And are they, man? Crying hippie? I'll have to check that out, man. A P900 in the scope would be amazing. Yeah, and I really want to try it, and I have to find the balls just to take off that $5,000 camera at the end. You know, I've taken it off only once because I keep it on there all the time, but definitely some experimentation. And you know what, man? Michael, I was so upset this year with the many days that I missed the moon phases. This year was the worst, I think. You know, out of all the years that I've been doing this, my 4th year now starting. And yeah, NASA stopped using infrared in the 90s because it revealed UFOs in space. Nebula Dust, thank you very much for that. No, and you're absolutely right. And that's why, no, there's no feed of NASA with the infrared. And obviously when they started filming that, yeah, they were picking up every single thing that was going by. And let me tell you, you know, what do you think they're doing? The James Webb telescope that's coming out very soon, billions of dollars, right? Or many millions of dollars. Infrared has all this, has video on it. It's going to be amazing. They're going to find, I mean, imagine looking with the Webb, the new big Webb Space Telescope, which, by the way, guys, those of you who don't know, is going to replace Hubble Telescope because Hubble Telescope, his time is coming up, so they say. So we're going to see a blow up in space all of a sudden. The skull represent behind you. It represents many things. It does not represent the skull, but it represents the skulls. For me, if you look at that one there, it's 2 skeletons holding up a head. That has a meaning online. And the skull in general, I believe that skull was made up by DNA, by genius scientists that created a Bible to tell us that there were gods, you know, just theoretically. But I'm telling you, I've always been fascinated by the human body, but not the skin around it, the bone inside bone, right? And for me, the skull, honestly, in all my research, and the reason why I called myself Mr. Brucey 666, when I was studying the number, and when I was studying, do you guys know that 777 is also representative of 666? Just to let you guys know, because some people think that the 666 is a negative thing. It's not. It's not a negative thing. It's also the calendar, the number of days in the Mayan calendar. There's a lot of relationships to that 666. But every time you see an ancient finding, tomb, crypt, or anything, there's always the representation of a skull figure on it. And I've studied symbols, symbology, patterns, ancient sarcophages, and a lot about the representation or the symbols or what they mean, but they can mean many things to many people, right? Because it could be a very evil meaning, and it could be, skulls represent for me death of the negative and the birth of the new. Well, that's good. That's actually along with my thoughts, Darla, and has a lot to do with the cycle, not just reincarnation, but for me, it has a lot to do with the cycle of reincarnation too. So you've heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Well, I heard JoJo when she used to read cards, but I did not know that she had a bizarre adventure. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. Here in Quebec, we have a JoJo that reads cards. But yeah, no, I haven't seen that. The moon is up and clear, Bruce. That's where I'm going, guys. Right now, the moon don't move in relationship of Earth, and she moves or rotates in relation of other planets. That's what I say, Pedro G. Fist bump. What's your opinion, Mr. Bruce? I think you could be absolutely right. And I think what's on the other side of the moon is an entire system, right? And maybe the moon is one of the biggest parts of the system that's on the other side of the moon and that we don't know about it. But definitely agree that that's a plausible theory. I think they're good theories. Yes, the moon looks great tonight. Definitely getting ultra close footage of the Terminator line tonight. Okay, I'm out of here. I want to go see the moon. Thanks, Michael Stark. Last one, Anton. Why would they create the Bible, though, that warns of 666, then try to remove the same belief that goes against 666? Makes sense. But what we were told that 666 is it true, right? 666 represents the devil. But what if it was to represent the God and they told us it represented the devil? Well, then things wouldn't make sense anymore, because the 666 of it all, they talk about the calendar and everything, 666 days. It was interesting to me. And don't forget, many of you, some of you believe in the devil. I don't believe in the same devil as you. And I believe that the devil is a representation of a negative charge, right? So if the moon is a negative charge and Earth is a positive charge, and there are other charges on the other side of the moon, maybe that's what's holding the moon in place, right? Who knows? But it's so funny that people would... do you know why I have a name, Mr. Brucey 666, that shows up? Do you guys know that the first name you call your first YouTube channel is the name that they keep? So in 2011, when I was 4 years old, I made a YouTube channel called Mr. Brucey 666. And it was talking about ancient technologies. It was talking about everything that had to do with ancient and secret societies, different rites, different, masonry. I went through all this and got hated and got hated and got hated. But when somebody comes and judges you and says, oh, wow, the guy's name is Mr. Brucey 666, he's the devil. Yeah, well, if I'm the devil, what's Papa Francesco, right? He's sitting up on the devil's throne, and I'm the one that's the devil. But, people see things upside down sometimes. So Razandi, the devil, was a beautiful, one of the most beautiful angels in heaven, actually. And so they say in the story, right, of the Bible, in one of the stories. And he got jealous. And people laugh at me and they get mad and they say, and I don't know nothing about religion, but they say, I know a lot more than some though. They say that, in the Bible, it says that our God, he says it himself, that he is jealous. jealous of us idolizing other gods. And people get mad at me. He's not jealous. He's not a jealous God. He doesn't have any imperfections. And that's not true. I'm not saying it's not true. God doesn't have any imperfections, which he still does, but it's not any imperfection that we're going to see. Okay. And, the devil, when they talk about the devil and they talk about God, you could also look at it in relationship to planets. You can look at a relationship to a devil being a negative charge and God being a positive charge, day and night. But we'll leave it at that. Jojo also is theorized that Jesus, also known as Joshua, was the first Jojo that created his whole bizarre adventure. Wow, sounds interesting. Maybe, and you hear the trolls, guys? The trolls said I'm turning religious. So be it. So be it. Maybe I'm going to become a monk and just go. You know what? I'd love to be a monk or to be with monks. I'd love to go to Tibet and just be there and watch them and take beautiful photos and pictures of the surrounding areas and all the ghosts and entities they talk to. It'd be so trippy. I gotta go. Darla, that's a great show. Yes, it is. 6 is bad. 666. It's the top of evil. 7 is God. The number 666 is evil. Sure, it could be evil. It could actually be evil. But it's also just a number. If they say it's the number of the beast, what does that mean? It makes no sense to me. The beast would be 666. So God would be what? 1200 and I don't get it, the 666 of it all, 7 is about God. Look up 777. It has to do with 666, the devil. 8 is not 8 God or 10 God in numerology, if I'm not mistaken. No, 8 is money, right? Fortune, I think. Maybe 7 is God. I'm not going to, André, je ne dirai pas contraire because je le sais peut-être pas. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say you're religious. I didn't see that you said that, but that's just a term, man. Being religious, if it's knowing about a lot about religion, I'm religious. I mean, so be it. There, call me religious. Now Bruce is religious. I don't believe in the terms, I believe in studying religion, theology, cultures, ancient religions now. That is the most interesting thing. Got Paul Wallace talking about the first languages that were pictograms. I keep repeating myself because it makes me think a lot. The meditation fingers make 666 thumbs on pointer finger equals 666, and that's Buddhism. Thank you, Darla. Buddhism, 666 is a beautiful number. That's it. Because you see, different cultures, different meanings. I'm not going to mention the religions, but I think it's the same. You see the swastika. It's not a swastika, but it's something that's the same shape as a swastika in a different color in certain religions, but it has nothing to do with the swastika, right? And I don't believe in the bullcrap that they told us. So as for wasting my time on a number 666, it's totally ludicrous to me. I look at the reality of what's up there, Bruce, you actually look like a devil if you had horns. Oh, yes. I could be devilish. And I have both sides. I have as much bad in me as I have good. But the bad in me is holding up the good. And it's the good that's coming out. But, send me a couple of chip-eating dragons, and I have no problem tarnishing anyone. And I have no problem putting anyone in his or her place. When, Teresa Scott, hello, you're absolutely right. The swastika is a sun sign. That's it. And Buddhism, right, too, also has to do with many of those religions. From Asia, thanks, Mark. Absolutely. Learned that while majoring in theology. Light being, that's amazing that you majored in that. I studied it a lot. Why? Because it interests me, the switch of that, the relationship to the religious side and the alien side. Check out Paul Wallace, please, in the featured channels. If you guys want to hear a guy talk to you about interesting things that we're talking about right now, all about it, the ancient reality of it all. Ancient Revelation just came out with a nice video too on artificial intelligence. Check out the featured channels. I don't understand why nobody was looking at it. I posted on my video in the community. I'm definitely going to have to go, guys. Voice is gone. Search on Google JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I will. Ral9. I promise I will. Promise it is not a troll, and I recommend watching it because it is really fun and it's very heavy on the fantasy and real world. Bro, I appreciate it. I'll write it down, man. I always check things out with my kids at night and stuff like that. Thank you. Guys, thanks for being here. Natalie Machin, thank you so much. Bruce, you're awesome. Love all your vids. Much love all the way from UK. Love you, Natalie. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Andrew, God is energy, and we are light beings. You know what? That ain't not funny, Andrew. I think you're right. But God is pure energy. And that's how I see it. Or him. Because for me, God is... you ask my mother. When I was younger, I asked my mother, and I'm not kidding you. I think I was about 5 years old or 6 years old. And I asked my mother, I said, God is a woman. It's not a man. It's a woman. Beautiful woman. Why is God a man? Because this was before I was told that God was a man. So it's coming out of the mouth of a young kid, right? And then when they told me, no, it's a man. Oh, okay. All right. Who's the woman in blue? Oh, that's Mary. But you have to be Catholic to believe in that. If you're Protestant, she doesn't exist. Oh, okay. It's hard to understand, right? So anyways, what do you want? What do you want a guy to do? Thank you for the stream. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here. I hope Paul Beeman contacts you for his show contact. Nebula Dust, that would be great. That would be absolutely awesome. Thanks, everyone. Vivian Popek. Bye, Bruce. Come back soon. I will. Merci. Thanks, Vivian. Bye, everyone. Me too, Bruce. May Jesus warm your hearts. Wow. Love you guys. Look after yourself, Bruce. Recommend rest as much as you can. See you next time. Love to all. Yeah, been up for almost 2 days. Theresa with some problems, but everything is great now. Thanks a lot. Thought it was a ladylike Mother Nature, and guess what? This is ISIS and who most secret societies worship. Yep. ISIS was a god, but not the one I knew. The one I knew had a goat and stuff, and I'm looking into it. Thank you, Bruce. The best to you and yours, Night CIA. CIA next week. Let's see you next week. Brian Travis. Good night, Bruce. Good night, guys. Bye. Love you. Don't forget to watch JoJo Raw. I promise. The adventure. And I'm told I understand what you mean. I do watch movies, and I do know movies have hidden meanings in them, and those are basically the only ones that I'll watch. See you next time. Out. Thanks, Bruce. Peace and out. Teresa Scott. Love you, my dear. Nice to see ya. Zombie Apocalypse. Yes, sir. Energy is everywhere and is everything. I can't stop, guys. JoJo is on YouTube. Yes, I'll check it out, Darla. Thank you. Bonsoir, Tim. Bye, everyone. Take care, everyone. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Bye, guys.